Well, hello lovelies. For this particular recipe, you'll need some Royco, not mandatory. All these ingredients are not mandatory. You can actually play around with ingredients that you love. So the next thing I'm adding is some black pepper. As you can see, yes, that is black pepper. And then I'll add garlic powder. Then after garlic powder, just a little amount, not that much. After garlic powder, I'll go in with the nyama choma powder. Here we were talking about how the big packaging has really nyongad the ingredients inside. Royco should actually look into that. Half of it is empty. This was very new. So that was what we were discussing. And then I'll go in with some garam masala. Remember, you can play around with ingredients depending with your preferred taste to make this oven baked chicken. And then I'll add in salt to taste. After salt, I'll add in water so that I can mix everything together. Someone will ask, why don't you use cooking oil? You can't use cooking oil for chicken because it removes its own oil, and that is why we were avoiding using oil, because the oil, it will be too much and will also like brush oil on the foil when we are placing our chicken on the baking tray. So you add water and then mix everything well together. When you're using your hands like I am, make sure your hands are very clean. So once you mix everything, taste in case there's something you don't feel. I wasn't feeling the black pepper, so I went in with a bit of black pepper. And then after that, just dip in your chicken one by one into your ingredients that you have mixed together the way I am doing. Once this is done, we'll put it inside the fridge for 30 to 45 minutes so that everything can marinate, like the chicken can be well marinated. So after this, just cover with a clear foil, cling film. It's called a cling film. Just cover with a cling film if you have, and then place it inside the fridge and let it stay for like 30 to 45 minutes, and then you can go ahead and bake your chicken. Guys, remember the name of our channel is Make Life Easy with Faith, so we will use the simplest ingredients that you can get right outside your door, like in the first shop in your area. We are using very common ingredients, nothing out of the blues, nothing expensive. Like, we are making life easy. So for this recipe, like, you guys will love the end product. It's so simple and it takes very little of your time, because the only time you'll spend is the one for marination. After that, you let the oven do its thing. So try it out. Let me know what you think on the comment section and how yours will come out. We'll definitely be doing more and more recipes. So stick around this channel to get to learn more and more ways. I've done videos on how to use your electric oven. I've explained every little basic thing that you need to know. Watch those and learn how you can make your work easy. Learn how you can use your oven for baking, for cooking, for roasting, for roastering, and stop using it as a storage thing. So for the reason for letting your chicken stay in the fridge for, like, in case you don't have a fridge, you don't have to worry. Just let it sit somewhere for 30 to 45 minutes. The reason is so that all the ingredients you have used can go in very well. Once 30 to 45 minutes is done, spread paper foil on your tray sheet and then place your chicken pieces in there and then cover that with another foil so that you are able to retain in the all the heat in the chicken. You can as well forgo putting the foil on top. It's optional, but in case you need it to cook faster, that is the way to go. Just place them and then place another foil on top, depending with what you need. So I'm spreading my cooking oil. If you have olive oil, the better, but if you don't, like I didn't have it at the moment, so I used normal cooking oil to brush on the foil that is on the tray. The reason you need to spread oil is so that the chicken does not stick on the foil or on the baking tray. So that is why you brush oil. Make sure that you do it well so that they don't stick. And this will also help it cook because as you saw we never used any oil while we were mixing our ingredients, so the oil is to help the chicken not to stick on the foil. Once you've done that well, just place your chicken like that, spread your chicken all over the tray, as in don't do the way I was doing like this at the beginning, so that they can all cook well. So spread them over so that they all get the heat distributed evenly. So yeah, once I realized what I was doing, I spread them out. So spread it out and then put it inside the oven. So while you're doing this, make sure that your oven is already heating up, and I had set mine at 180 degrees for 10 minutes, and then I used only the lower heat for the first like for the first time, like the first time I'm putting them on, the heat was only for the lower side, but you can use both the lower and upper. Do not be afraid, it will still do the same job. So if you use lower and upper and lower, both top and down, then it will take less minutes. So once you're done with this, your oven should be ready, and then you set it to for 45 minutes. The whole thing will cook for a total of 45 minutes at 180 degrees at bottom or both bottom and low heat. So this is 30 minutes later. I have opened my oven, removed the chicken. As you can see, the reason why I was telling you you can put foil on top, it retains all the heat. This is after 30 minutes. This is how our chicken looks. As you can see, it has produced its own oil, its own water. That is why I was saying you don't need to marinate with oil. So what I'm doing is turning them over. They are actually, at this point, the chicken is actually well cooked. The only thing I'll need is for them to turn brown. So at this point, I remembered that I had not added my cloves that are well crushed, garlic cloves that are crushed together with some pepper. That is optional. Remember, we added garlic powder, but for that garlic taste, I want to add some garlic cloves that are crushed and pepper. This I was supposed to add before I put in the oven the first time, but nothing is like imeharibika. So what I'm doing is just spreading the juices on top of the chicken. And what I'd advise is at this point, after doing this, just drain all that soup, because as I've said, the chicken is already done. At this point, what we want is for it to just get that lovely color, for it to yani that color that will make you want to eat more and more. That is what we are going for at this point, for the remaining 10 minutes. what I'm adding with my spoon is the garlic and pepper that I had forgotten to add in the beginning, but I added at this moment, and for the 10 minutes it was okay because I could feel the garlic and the pepper. In case you're serving for children or you don't like pepper, that is pili pili, don't worry, you don't have to add it. In case you don't like garlic, don't worry, you don't have to add it. As I said, play with the ingredients, put what you love. So for the garlic cloves, I used 3 pieces of garlic cloves and then 2 pepper ama pilipili mbili. So depending with how you like, do what you love to have your desired taste. For the other ingredients, depends with how much chicken you are preparing. For us, we were doing a whole chicken, and that's why the ingredients I can say there are those we went for 1 tablespoon, and there are those we went for half, there are those we went for quarter. But since we do this all the time, we we are used to measuring them with our eyes. As an African mom, you have to know how to measure with your eyes. So this is after I had taken it back for an additional 10 minutes without the upper foil so that I could get this color. Isn't this mouth watering? Let me know what you think about today's recipe on the comment section. I'll be sure to leave everything that I used on the description box, so check out for that. And until the next one, bye bye guys.